Hello, Professor. This is Team 8, Electronics Lab 2. This is the seventh activity, Open-Ended MOSFET BJT Design. Group members are myself, Hussein Basri, Mohammed Sarraf, Yusuf Mfarij, and Saleh Kendiri. The objective of this particular assignment is to prepare the design of the MOSFET circuit and the proper designing of the circuit. There is no given condition, and all the design parameters are selected according to the designer, which is us. Procedure: the overall procedure of this particular compromising the simple steps in the lab manual. No detail was given. Even a single design parameter was also not given. All of the design parameters were selected according to the designer. By the construction perspective, there were several configuration of the MOSFET and the BJT circuit. At the very initial condition, the structure of the circuit was selected. After the selection of the circuit, the design parameters were chosen according to parameters to complete the design of the circuit. Once the circuit was designed properly, then it was simulated in multisim and was built on MyDeck for the results.
For the theoretical analysis, this is very initial analysis, and in this analysis, the basic calculations are done. In this section, basic designing of the MOSFET and BJT circuit is done. The circuit is the DC motor controller, and by using the circuit, the DC motor can be significantly controlled. In this particular circuit, MOSFET and BJT both are utilized. At the very initial step, the simulation of the circuit is done by using multisim, and the overall structure of the circuit is very simple, and it is just comprising of BJT, MOSFET, diode, switch, motor driver, and DC motor. The simulation of multisim is given in the following section. And for the experimental data, once the theoretical results are attained, then the practical approach is also implemented. And in practical approach, the same circuit is made on the breadboard. In the practical structure, MyDAC was also utilized. All the required results of practical circuit were given in the following section, and as we can see here in the following figures.
For analysis of results, the very basic purpose of this lab is to make unique design, and this design is basically made by combination of MOSFET and BJT. There can be many configuration of this design, and in all of this configuration, one configuration is selected. The circuit that is selected is the circuit of DC motor control, and by this circuit, the DC motor is significantly controlled. And the construction of this circuit, just very basic components are included. And this basic component, BJT, MOSFET, diode, switch, motor, drive, and DC motor are included. After preparing the completed design of the circuit, it's initially tested on multisim. And this purpose, basically, basic thing is to simulate the design circuit. Once the required results are obtained, the same circuit is also made on the particular basis.
In conclusion, designing is the very significant operation in many of the labs and for the process of designing. Some significant steps are followed. The given condition is it to make any proper circuit, and this circuit must be having MOSFET and BJT as a vital part. By the combination of these two significant components, there can be many structures that can be made. In all of these structures, When a proper structure is selected, the selected circuit is the circuit of motor controller, and by using this, a motor controller can be made. This is the end of the lab.